Rooney Drive, we welcome you to Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Miami Dolphins and the Pittsburgh Steelers. It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. Now to return it, here's Kenyon Drake. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Now a handoff looking right. Spins by. And now running right through it. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Now they'll run it on the toss. 34 yards there and a first down.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to, but they didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run. Here's Watson. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. A gain of 4 on the play, and that'll make this a 2nd down. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Richmond.
From the gun, here's Watson. On the right side, open is Gesicki. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th.
3 down. Let's go.
They'll run. It's Drake. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that. But by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
We got 3.
Watson on 1st down. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that opens things up for you on the outside as well.
But that's where their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the in routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
Check me out. We got 3 down, but we got to stand up over there.
And this will be play number 8 of the opening drive. It's 3rd and short. A shotgun snap for Watson. And it's caught. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Mike Gesicki, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Dolphins take it right down and score on the opening drive. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. On the ground, it's Thompson. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
Okay, let's face it. Most of the offensive linemen in today's NFL, they're going to weigh over 300 pounds, but that doesn't mean they don't have agility. And the way that they can get out in front of a runner and create a space, sometimes it looks like they're going in one direction, and the runner uses his eyes to take him in another direction because it's been blocked so well. Love those misdirection or counter plays, and this one worked really well for a nice piece of yardage.
Throwing the out route and complete. That's Washington. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Detroit!
They run it here with Thompson as he's got this down inside the 40 to the 39. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
3-19.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
2nd and 1 and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On first down, Weaver, and he fires one incomplete. A little too much oomph, too much mustard there on that pass.
Yeah, really turned it loose, didn't he? Really cut loose with that one. Sharp, strong. Didn't lead to a completion, though. Made it very difficult.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
After the encroachment penalty, here's 2nd and 5. Off the play fake. Weaver. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on third down.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Operating from the gun. Weaver. And he's going to go down again. Charles Harris coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be 4th down.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins getting set to go here. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. After the run, Watson going to throw. Stepping up, he'll try and run. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Dolphins have a 1st down.
Certainly making his presence felt in both the pass and the run game. He's having an impact.
Yeah, and his first carry of the game right there, he had hurt him with his arm. Now he's showing that he can shuffle the puppies as well. On 1st down, Watson. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Second and 10 from the 33-yard line. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. There to stop him, Terrell Edmonds. He had a great read there from his free safety position. And, Charles, you know with those guys, it's all about their eyes. They have to be laser-focused.
Yeah, I had to fake my way through it when I was playing, but now I can see exactly what they're doing. And on that play, he obviously had no presence to feel like he's being pushed for a pass. And without that, that allowed him to get up to the line of scrimmage and hold him to no gain.
Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. And it looks like Steeler football. It is.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect him.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. It was the linebacker Leonard Floyd on the stop.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Gun! 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 Hey! We got 3.
They'll run with Thompson. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first.
The reason that counter or misdirection plays work so well is that usually you've given them a reason to think that everything's going to the direction that starts initially. You've run that type of a play throughout the game. You've given them that look, and now you're going to counter things and bring it back the other way. Almost a tendency breaker at times. And a lot of it is making sure that you have an illusion, almost like a magician. Look over here. but the play is actually happening over there, and that's where a running back's vision comes into play. See the hole in a place where people don't expect and get there with some speed. And that's exactly what he did on that play.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56. Hurry up. Here we go. Green 39. Green 39. I got him. Back's mine. I got him.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little game. Mika Fitzpatrick made the play defensively, the first-round pick out of Alabama.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Hurry up. Here we go. Green 39.
To throw on third down. Weaver. Open man. Smith-Schuster. It's complete. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
So it's first and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. They'll run it here. This is Deontay Foreman. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll bring up a second and goal.
Lucky 56. Gun.
He's going to get it running right. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Chris Thompson, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Steelers are an extra point away from taking the lead. Boswell good with the extra point, and they take the lead here at 7-6. Boswell on now to kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. So quick on the spin.
He's spinning, man.
And he'll get this just up past the 20, but a marker is down. Let's get the call. Yeah, this is going to put them back with not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
Richmond. Richmond.
On first down, it's Watson. He's going to air one out. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Obi Melifonwu. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line.
Detroit! 3 down. All right, here we go.
On first and 10, Weaver over the middle, hauled in by Smith-Schuster. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13.
I like that one, partner. They go back-to-back with excellent gains, and really it shouldn't be a surprise who they were throwing the ball to. He's their best guy.
Yeah, we knew that they would get him involved early. They're doubling down on getting him involved early.
Don't be surprised if they'll come right back to him again. They haven't shown the propensity to be able to stop him.
Now they can't bring him down. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. James James Washington, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead. Extra point put through by Boswell. And the lead is up to 8. Boswell on now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. The Dolphins moving with a sense of urgency here. To throw on second is Watson. Steps away. He almost had it. The big D lineman nearly had an interception. Instead, it falls down incomplete.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Watson. Wide open receiver complete. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. The Dolphins will send out the punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90. Mike's 59.
The final shot before break. Weaver. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. And we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup. So we reach halftime here in the Steel City with the Steelers on top. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the 3rd quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Leonard Floyd not dropping into coverage. He comes on the blitz and takes him down for a loss of 9.
Boom! That's how we do
After the sack, it's second and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. From the gun, Weaver. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Charles Harris in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And instead, they want to throw it off play action. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Let's take it inside his own 40. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. And they'll go on the ground. And he's going to be stopped at about the 37. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. This is Howard on 2nd down. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Watson to throw on 3rd and 1. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down. Taking matters into his own hands, and he picks up 4 yards and a 1st down.
Now that definitely hurts because the mindset is getting a 3 and out there, and they don't get it done. They give up the scramble and a pickup for a 1st down.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Daquan Jones in on the tackle there.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. They'll try the air now with Watson. Escaping the pressure right. Shreds the tackle. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins 1st down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. And on the ground they go with a running back. And he's got 4 down inside the 20 to the 18.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
As he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
I know they've got to be careful not to go to the well too often, but it's a fine line, isn't it? Because sometimes, if you get success, you want to just keep pounding away.
But no success there. They rallied quickly on the defensive end. Now this time he'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. run now, the Miami field goal unit. From the right hash, it's a 38-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So a decent drive there to start the third quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Well, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24.
Another scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Again, a run with Thompson. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football.
36. Detroit! Detroit!
Operating from the gun. Weaver. Open man right side is Smith-Schuster, complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. It'll be a gain of 17 and a Pittsburgh first. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 49-yard line.
Back 99 Philly, here we go.
Now Thompson. And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally.
No. Check. Patriot. Patriot. We got three, fellas. We got 3. Hey, check 24. Watch 24.
They run a draw here on 2nd down. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Throwing on 1st down. Weaver, left side, it's Dorsett. And the play goes nowhere, losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down.
36.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Weaver. And his throw here is going to be incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
And the Steelers on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. He's mine.
From the gun, Weaver. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a fourth down.
There's definitely contact there, but it's the fourth quarter of a kind of tight game, and sometimes the officials just say, let them play. Kind of like your mom used to with you and your brothers. Just take the broom to you and send you out to the backyard and tell you to settle it yourselves.
I like that, yeah. There was contact. I don't know, like you said, enough to warrant the flag. It was close, though. And this won't get there. Won't be online either. It's no good. Off to the right, and this score will stay right where it is.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
Good starting field position for the Dolphins as they have it 1st and 10.
Tiger, tiger.
To throw is Watson. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 4 yards on the pickup, and it'll make it 2nd down.
Richmond.
From the 50, it's Watson. Dancing to his left. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
Here's Watson. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. It'll be a gain of 8 yards. Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Tiger. Richmond.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Got a man open. That's Devontae Parker, complete. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. Well, their first 4th down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any 4th down stop is a big moment on the play.
And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. Now the Dolphins are going to halt the action here. It's a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
Let's go. Green 39. Green 39. Hot. Gun. Hot.
Operating from the gun, Weaver. And this is going to be incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. This is fielded at the 7. Oh, look at that.
Oh, look at him turn.
Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And it'll be Dolphin football. The Dolphins offense now ready to go back out onto the field. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down.
Take four, take four. You got nothing. You got nothing.
Now a first down throw, Watson. And an alley to run. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be second down.
I think we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But, you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
Here's Watson now on second down. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Watson. They'll set up the screen to Dre. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. The first down screen pass, good for 5. The Dolphins moving with a sense of urgency here. On second down, it's Drake. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. Obi Melifonwu with the tackle. The clock still runs. We're at 90 seconds now. They'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Ryan Shazier in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. And down by 5, they've got to go for it here on 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Flushed out right. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Steps away to his left. And this is incomplete. Artie Burns, former first-rounder, there to break that one up. Well, these corners, I tell you, they've done excellent work all game long.
They remind me of guys in the past who just said, hey, throw it out here 100 times. Nothing good is going to happen. And if you throw it in the wrong place, I'll take it the other way.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line.
And that one, oh, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to come up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
So good field position for the Steelers as they come up 1st and 10. And they'll run it here. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. Now the Dolphins are going to take another timeout here, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. as he'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. And the Steelers on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
Lucky 56.
Where's 52? Watch 52. 52's the mic.
Now they'll run on the draw. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. This is taken at the 10. And they will elect to decline the penalty.
Everything turned out the way they wanted it to. No sense in even having to take that one, hence the decline.
Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for the Steelers, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And